Hello guys, gals and non-binary pals, and welcome back to the web. Where today we do have the 1.0 release for the Dread Saurian mounts mod, and as you can see we do have two ready to go. The first one on the left, you can see the red crested skink chief hiding at the back on the top of the howdah, and the second one is the Crocskull, or ancient Crocskull lord, who is running alongside his little battle buddy. So both of these were a ton of fun to develop, and apologies for taking so long. I actually got caught up on another mod I've been developing. So without further ado, let's take a look at both of them. The first mount, as we just discussed, and also discussed in the preview video, is for the red crested skink chief. So now in the campaign, when this guy reaches level 20, he gets the Dread Saurian mount, which allows him to, well, sit on the back of the Dread Saurian. As you can see, he's in the center of the howdah, along with his other skink buddies. Obviously this is actually pretty powerful when fully leveled up, and that's sort of the point, as in vanilla he is by far the weakest Lizardman lord. So it kind of just gives you a reason to actually pick this guy. I think when you activate all his buffs in the campaign, you can get well over 100 melee attack for a short period at least. So you can go toe to toe with some of the big boys. He's a pretty decent duelist, and it also increases his missile resist, or you could do that as you choose to. And it kind of gives him a bit more use in the campaign, and obviously a reason to pick him. Keep in mind though, he has the same weaknesses as the base Dread Saurian. Obviously any kind of concentrated missile fire is going to do an absolute number on him. For obvious reasons, he is absolutely enormous, especially if that's armor piercing. Additionally, single entities, that are especially those that are anti-large, like Valkyr or the Saurus Old Bloods, do a number on him, especially since he has a very hard time actually hitting them because his, well, animations aren't really made for that. He's best set into a normal infantry blob just here, and just tearing people to pieces and doing terror routes. Also, he's pretty tanky, so that comes in nicely as well. Also, as mentioned in the last video, you no longer have to Tokyo drift him for those turret skinks on the side, because now they'll shoot forwards as well as on the side. So you don't have to try and spin him around, or on the approach kind of drift him left or right to try and get good arcs of fire, as they do a surprising amount of damage. I think they actually do eventually kill a sky junk. You just let them constantly fire at them, so that's fine. The second mount we're going to look at is obviously for the ancient Crocskull lord. But before we get into that, I'm going to shoot my shot and say that if you guys do like these mods, then please do subscribe. I largely do mods for the Lizardmen, but the next one I'm working on has a little bit of something for everybody, so subscribing really helps. Normally I like to drop previews on YouTube first to kind of get community feedback and do some playtesting, which I will talk about more at the end of this video, the sign I'm working on at the moment. Back to the video. Right. So, in the preview we did have a couple comments on how Nakai looked kind of goofy standing on top of the Dread Saurian, because he was just so tall and didn't really move with the Dread Saurian's animations well. So instead of the Crocskull sitting on top of the Dread Saurian, which is obviously a little bit harder to, I guess, rationalize in lore, he has a little battle buddy that runs alongside him, and I think they look pretty darn cool together. This Feral Dread Saurian is only 80% of the size of the normal Feral Dread Saurian, and just the reason for that is because he attracts a lot of arrows and spears. So this makes him a little bit more easy to play with. In addition, this guy, the Dread Saurian or the Crocskull, can die independently from one another, but you won't get the Lord Has Died leadership debuff unless both of them die together. So you don't have to worry about one of them getting clocked, or normally the Dread Saurian dies first, to be honest. You don't have to worry about one of them getting clocked, and then, well, you losing a bunch of leadership. So this guy is available at level 15, a little bit earlier than the one for the red crested skink chief, and that's because the Dread Crocskull doesn't have any other mounts. So I was thinking of maybe one or two I could add, because I do have a couple planned, but that's in a little bit of further future. I was thinking actually a chariot for the Crocskull he could pull along with skinks on the back, but anyway. So what you see is kind of what you get. They're both armor piercing, anti-infantry, do very well in dwarf blobs like this. But again, beware, they are both large targets, and there is a lot of, flesh to stab here, big hitboxes. So arrows also do a number on them. Yeah, things are a little bit wacky in custom battles, but this guy won't rampage in campaign. He keeps the attributes of the base Crocskull, so keep that in mind. And you can buff him up quite nicely, and I'd recommend definitely going for missile resist first and melee defense. Cool, so that's that for the mod, kind of at the moment. On to the next mod I'm developing. I am looking for some people to help me playtest it. So I've been having a blast developing it. I just need kind of some other playstyles, as I only play the Lizardmen, to see if they can kind of beat it. So if you are interested in doing that, or just kind of helping out, feel free to just leave a comment. Doesn't really matter what it is, whether it be balancing stuff or just asking for different kinds of things, but leave an asterisk at the beginning or end of your comment, and I'm going to reply with some sort of instructions. I'll have to get them all sorted out on basically how to I'll drop a preview video as well when I'm ready, but yeah, I'll drop some instructions on what I kind of need you guys to go. Tell me if you beat on your first try, send me a replay for it. I'll get it all sorted out before I kind of do that, but yeah, if anyone's interested in that, just put a comment down below with an asterisk, much appreciated.